From News Channel 7, time for 7 First Alert weather.
Well, I have your wind chill temperatures. Of course, you don't need me to tell you that it's cold, but it is 30 degrees for the wind chill. As you look at Caldwell, they have 26 degrees for the wind chill, 22 in Twin. Cold spot is Jerome, 16, and it's down to 22 degrees for Stanley, but that's the wind chill. Now, over the northwest, very familiar look here, especially in our January weather. Because of the valleys here of southern Idaho, cold air trapped in those valleys. It's not as bad as what it could be. But as you notice, temperatures are in the mid to the upper 30s. Out to the west, Bend, Oregon, almost hit 60. Portland with 56 and Seattle with 56 degrees. East of us, Billings 53 and Casper with 52. Well, that's the situation. If you take a look at what's happening, we have high pressure that's just to our southwest. Now notice how close this happens to be right along through here. And you notice that as we look at this, as the movement of the air around it, especially of the upper air, brings the warmer air up out of the southwest, which normally in basically areas that would be out in the plains, that would just bring in some warmer temperatures. But what it's doing at this point is it's going over the top of the colder air that we have trapped down in the valley, because that colder air is more dense, so it's heavier. It sits down there. It needs a storm basically to break it up. So that's what's happening at this point. That's why there's warmer air around us, but there's still colder air here in the valley. And if we look out to the west, we had a pretty good storm here, but that high pressure was strong enough in that ridge that it broke most of the showers up into western Washington, where they had quite a bit of rain, and most of that moving to the north. Something you've got to notice, though, is that there's still a few little scattered areas of showers that happen to be just to the north of that ridge. So looking at the futurecast, that's the reason why we're seeing all these high clouds. Now, they're around through tomorrow. Later tomorrow, and I think this is a little overreaction, but I'll just point it out to you, that in some of the higher elevations, there's a few light scattered snow showers, or maybe even a little mixture of rain or snow. You can see that around Nampa about 7:30 tomorrow night. That's a maybe, maybe not. Okay, that's not a big deal like it's going to be taking place, but that could be just a few sprinkles just off that high pressure ridge that comes through the area. But for the most part, forecasts are calling for dry conditions. You probably noticed that on your apps. So Twin Falls tomorrow will be up to about 40 degrees. You see the mid to the upper 30s for much of the Magic Valley. Into the Central Mountains, you see Sun Valley tomorrow at 41. That's what I have for Boise. McCall, 35 degrees. Down here in valley locations, temperatures in the mid to the upper 30s, 40 for Caldwell, 41 for Nampa, 41 for the high temperature in Boise, 40 degrees for Meridian. So there it is, 41. You've got that. Friday, the same thing. Fog comes in, and that's going to keep the temperatures down a little bit. So we're going to experience those temperatures up a couple of degrees into tomorrow and Friday, and then they're going to come down a little bit and last through next week. It appears that this is going to continue at least another 7 to 8 days. Well, that's your weather report. Sports is up next.